Ever since I posted that I was furnishing my midterm rental, I've had so many questions of like, what is a midterm rental? And I can't even be mad because I didn't even know what a midterm rental was until like a year ago, maybe. What month are we in? October? I think I heard about it in November. So I've only known what a midterm is for 11 months, and I already had multiple properties when I found out what it is. So basically, imagine like your regular rent house that you see on Facebook, whatever, but we furnish it. So all furnishings including the beds, cleaners, toilet paper, blankets, like everything you would normally find in your house, salt and pepper, like all those things completely furnished, and all the utilities are included. So the water, the electric, all that stuff will be in my name. And we call it a midterm. You've probably heard of a short-term rental where you go stay like basically in somebody's house or like a really cute cabin, and mostly in like vacation areas. And those are going to be like short term, like a couple nights, maybe a week. So a midterm is like somewhere in the middle. So it will be furnished, all the utilities are on, and you would stay like 30 days or 3 months or 6 months, something like that. So who uses midterm rentals? Number one, it could be for vacation. If you're like, I want to go see my family member and I'm going to stay there for a month. Okay, some people do that. So it could be for vacation. Also, a lot of insurance claims. So like all these people that had their house demolished by the floods, they need a place to go, preferably furnished because they don't have any furniture and they need, a couple months. And so it could be from a flood or hurricane or house burnt down or whatever. So insurance will pay for a furnished rental until they can find something. Some of the local people I know doing midterm rentals, and when I say local, I mean in Ouachita Parish, they are, like one of them was housing a lady who was in the process of building her house. And so she had like fired her contractor, hired a new one, extended her stay. So she was there for like 9 months because she's waiting for her dream house to be built. Another really popular thing, and I think what made it popular, was the travel nurses. So travel nurses will come for a couple months at a time. They don't need a long-term rental that's empty because they don't want to bring all their furniture. They're only going to be here for a little bit. So plenty of uses for midterm rentals. And since I've been doing real estate, which again is only 2.5 years, I've had multiple people ask me like, hey, do you have a midterm I can move into? Because my house burned down. And I'm like, no. And so that's one of the many reasons that we are taking the plunge and we're doing a midterm rental. And when I say taking the plunge, this is a huge commitment. Like, I have to spend thousands of dollars to furnish this property. Like buying all the couches, buying the beds, the bed frames, the sheets, the pillows, putting hangers in the closet, like all that stuff. Lamps, decor, TVs, multiple TVs. Like, it is thousands of dollars to furnish a rental. I mean, it's just like if your house right now that you're in, you had to start over, like everything you have to buy. So that feels like a huge commitment. But also, this is not a guessing game. This is like, there's a legit science to it. It's a little bit of an art, a little bit of a science. But there's people like Sarah Weaver that are freaking killing it with midterms. And that is her full-time thing. Like, she has, I think, 17 midterm rentals, I think. I don't know. But she is out there living her best life. And I have been lucky enough to learn from her. I've been to a conference February of this year, Heather Blankenship's conference, where she was the first one I really heard like professionally speak about it. And so that was like super cool. And then when I went to Bigger Pockets conference in Mexico, she was there again talking about it. And there's so many people doing it. And I'm like, I want to do it because it's cool. Like, I'm just going to say it. It's cool. I want to hop on the bandwagon. But the other thing is I've had so many people ask me, and looking, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and let the secret out. Looking at Ouachita Parish, there's not that many. So here's how you find a midterm rental. You can go to Furnished Finder and search, and there's really not a lot for my area. So this is gonna be my first one, and I already have plans to do multiple others. So that is what a midterm rental is. Let me know if you still have questions.